Once again, my name is Kevin Anson, and I own an agency called Ads of Fire, kind of like Chariots of Fire. It's a weird name that we came up with years ago. But I'm also an online instructor, so I teach videos and video ads. I consult on videos and video ads, and I also coach on this stuff. So we've made thousands and thousands of ads over the last 7 or 8 years. I've actually been doing video for 21 years, which is crazy, since about 2004. So who here has even heard of me at all? So like 2 people? Right on. This is the guy in the shadows up here. So today we're gonna be talking about crafting high-converting video ads with AI. We're gonna learn how to hook, persuade, and sell. You guys are gonna wanna stick around for this presentation because this is like the foundation of everything that we do when we create video ads. So let's just travel back in time just a little bit. Got a little DeLorean there, made that with ChatGPT. So in 2004, I was fresh out of college editing a TV show called Jobbing TV. It was a recruitment television show where we would help people get jobs. So this is before YouTube or social media or anything like that. And we had a 1-hour TV show that we were producing every single week. And so I did this for 2 years, right? And so I learned a ton about picking up the camera, video editing, music, graphics, all that fun stuff. And then spent about 7 years in the corporate world and got laid off at the end of 2010 and had a conversation with my wife, Michelle, and we were like, maybe you should just start your own company and I think you have what it takes to do it. And so I went for it. And that was in 2011, and I've been an entrepreneur ever since. So it's been a lot of fun. In 2016, this is when my marketing journey pretty much began, because I was making ads for all these companies out there, these corporate companies, making videos. I was really good at making videos that looked cool. Like, you'll hear me say that more than once today. But I didn't understand how to get the videos to actually get results, right? Like, you can make a cool-looking video, but if it doesn't have the psychological foundation of what makes, a video actually get results for somebody, then you're missing the mark. And so I picked up this book by Russell Brunson, totally changed everything for me. I was like, this is the missing piece that I've needed all these years. I'm like, this is like the Bible of marketing, right? So I picked this thing up, I devoured it, I was obsessed with it. I'm like, this is my new thing, marketing. I need to plug in this marketing piece into the videos that I do, and everything is just gonna be better. And it did, it made things a lot better. So once I started understanding that stuff, it changed everything. So a year later, Russell Brunson puts a post in the Facebook group, and he says he's looking for an editor to work on a project. And, up until this point, I'm like, I really admire this guy. He's an author. He's, one of the biggest marketers of all time. And there was 105 comments on this thing. I probably was like comment number 102. And I commented and put a couple links to my work in there. Luckily, I had done stuff for Infusionsoft, which was one of his biggest competitors at the time. And within 10 minutes of me commenting on that post, he private messages me on Facebook. And I was just like, dude, there's no way. This guy is actually messaging me. This has to be like a bot or something. There's no way this is Russell. And sure enough, we started working together, and we did over 100 episodes of his Funnel Hacker TV show for YouTube, which wasn't ads. It was just organic content, right? And so then in 2018, I went to an event in Minnesota. Pat Hilton was there. And I got to spend 20 minutes in the room with Russell and just have, some good conversation with him about, what I wanted to do next and, what he saw for me in the future. And I said, I am tired of making those YouTube videos for you. I was honest with him. I'm like, I'm kind of burnt out on those. I want to start making video ads. I want to learn how to do this because I want to make you more money, Russell. Like, let me make you more money. I want to learn how to do this. And so I said, put me in the game, coach. And he did. And he connected me with John Parks, who's their head of traffic at ClickFunnels. And I've gone on ever since to make thousands of ads for ClickFunnels. And I would say probably the first 20 to 50 ads that I made for them, they completely flopped because I had no idea what I was doing. I was just learning as I went, right? Trying things out, seeing what stuck, seeing what worked. And I kept a note on my notes app on my phone, and every time an ingredient would hit, I was just like, oh, that worked really, really well. Okay, cool. So I just kept making a list of ingredients on my phone, and came up with a list of these 10 ingredients. There's 12 now, which I'll share with you guys today. But I went on and made I made a course in 2020 and sold it to thousands of people. I had no idea. I was just like, I'll just try this and see if it works. Made a course, sold it to thousands of people, and it's honestly, it's landed me on this stage. So that's not what my presentation is about today, but if anything, it just goes to show you that just putting yourself out there and just making something, whether it's videos or courses or whatever, just making a course on this alone, it's totally changed mine and my family's life. It's been really cool. So in 2023, I spoke on stage at Funnel Hacking Live in front of 5,000 people, which was my very first time ever speaking in front of an audience. And I was just like, this is insane. And so that's my thing. It's like I'm all in on video ads. That's all I do. We create other types of videos for our clients as well, whether it's like VSLs or explainer videos, things like that. But it's 95% video ads. And I have a 6-week certification program where I teach people how to go through my processes and learn exactly how to do video ads the way that we do them. So, this is how I came out on stage at Funnel Hacking Live, and that is called the pattern interrupt, and that's one of the first ingredients on that list, which I'll get into here in a bit. But I wanted to have a really big entrance, kind of like I came out on stage with the fire wallet, right? Like that's the pattern interrupt. I do that on purpose just to illustrate that. And so, that was really cool. Those are fake $100 bills. People were asking me to sign them afterwards, and a lot of people thought they were real $100 bills because it's that type of an event where you don't know. You're like, this guy's actually shooting $100 bills. This is crazy. So they're running up there trying to collect them. It was really fun. So again, Russell Brunson, I've produced thousands of ads for him. His internal video team has studied my frameworks, done stuff with mastermind.com, which is Tony Robbins and Dean Graziosi. I've consulted their internal video teams, made a bunch of ads for them, worked with this guy, Mike Tyson. Oh, how'd that get on there? In the spirit of AI, I had to throw that in there. Even Mike Tyson posted that on his Instagram. So, it's fun. The white Mike Tyson. I've done stuff with Grant Cardone, his books and events, and his internal video team has taken my courses. Brendan Burchard, ads for him. I've consulted his internal team, Kajabi, lots of ads for them, and good old Frank Kern. And then, all this being said, been busy also building family with my beautiful wife, Michelle, and our 4 kids. They're actually here in the audience today, so. And I'm a Padres fan. It's been kind of a sad existence, but it is what it is. I was born in San Diego, so what are you gonna do? So today we're gonna be talking about my exact framework that my clients and I use to create video ads that convert for up to 2 years, which is true. Sometimes we make ads and they convert for a long time, sometimes longer than 2 years. And I've sold tens of millions of products and services. So when I say tens of millions, I don't really know. I just kind of like make that up because it's probably hundreds of millions. I don't know. But just this text I got from a client a couple weeks ago, and we made this ad for him in December. I was just like, hey dude, has that ad that we made for you made $1 million yet? And he's like, yeah, 5 million. He's not even a big name. It's just one ad, $5 million in the last 6 months. So I don't know. The ads make a lot of money. So it's a lot of fun. So today we're gonna be covering the 12 ad components. We're gonna be covering the ad types. There's 8 ad types. We're briefly gonna cover the ad types because we don't have a lot of time. I don't wanna go over too much on time. And then we're gonna talk about ad scripting. You guys are gonna wanna stick around for that. And then ad creation tips, okay? I have a free gift for you guys. So you definitely do not want to leave. Like if you have to pee right now, hold it. If you have to take a phone call, don't take the phone call. Stick around for this, okay? Trust me. So this is really cool because that free gift that I have for you is a custom GPT that I built. And it's been out for a little while. I don't give it away for free unless I'm like speaking or doing events like this. But I got a message from a guy a couple months ago, and just out of nowhere, and he sends me this. He's like, dude, your custom GPT is amazing. I've used it to write a VSL for Chris Voss, the FBI negotiator. I've used it for different celebrities, movie directors, actual rock stars, and one guy who was a coach to the Queen of England. I was like, what? And the second largest refinance company in the US. So it's now a part of their agency and their process and everything that they do. So the GPT that I'm giving you guys, that's that. So, yeah. All right, so just so you can see a little bit about what we do, and I'm not like, hey, you guys can walk away today and you can make a video ad just like this, just to show you a little bit of what we do. Who wants to see one of the video ads that we created for Mastermind? So this is one of like 5 ads that we did. This is the one that we launched like a week before the event, and it absolutely crushed it for Tony and Dean.
Don't forget about our date this Thursday. You're not gonna miss it, are you? Time is running out. This Thursday, the live event with myself, Tony Robbins, and amazing guests is going live. Remember, there's no replays. This is about a live event, and it's completely free. Listen, with all the turmoil, with all the craziness going on in the world right now, there's actually never been a better time to do your own thing, to learn the skills, the capabilities to thrive, to live into your potential, to be in control of your decisions. Now is the time for you to launch, to scale, and to design the life that you're meant to live. We'll see you on the 15th. Don't dare miss it.
Thank you. So when you watch that ad, I mean, you probably will realize that after I share with you the psychological components a little bit more, but there's a lot of psychology that goes into the ad. I mean, you've got on-screen text that's happening, but the text that we put on the screen is very like purposeful. Like we put it on there for a reason. It's like to overcome an objection or to talk about a pain point or to talk about a result that people want. And so every piece of text on there, it's on there for a reason. So today we're gonna be, no, not today, let me start over. This whole presentation with video ads, a properly scripted video ad, creates relatability, it overcomes objections, it provides proof, builds awareness, and convinces the viewer that your solution will solve their problem. That's what a video ad is supposed to do, okay? So the big problem, though, is that AI doesn't know how to write video ad scripts. You might think that it does because you go on ChatGPT and you say, hey, write me a video ad script, but the problem is it only writes with that. Who knows what that means? What is it? Yes, problem, agitate, solution, which is not very exciting. It really only covers one of my ingredients, maybe 2 of the 12 ad components. So you talk about the problem, then you agitate the problem, and then you talk about the solution. So you're not uncovering the subconscious ingredients that people actually want to see inside of a video ad, okay? And we're gonna get into those. So another thing is just because you made a video that you think looks cool doesn't mean it will convert. I see people make this mistake all the time, and I'm seeing it right now with Google VO. People are like, oh my gosh, look at this video that I made with Google VO. It's like the coolest video ever. I'm gonna run it as an ad and it's gonna crush, right? Meanwhile, Mark Zuckerberg's over here and he's like, yeah, nope, but I'll happily take your money, broski. And it's true because they're not putting the proper psychological ingredients into the ad to make it convert. Once you understand these ingredients today, walk away with them and then start making your videos with Google VO, and I promise you they will do a whole lot better, okay? So the secret is the foundation. That's the secret of video ads. The majority of the video ads, like I said, they lack the psychological foundation. So if you look at a building or a skyscraper, the average skyscraper goes 100, 200, even 300 feet into the ground, the foundation of it, right? Depending on how many stories are in a skyscraper. So most people's video ads look like this. Like who wants to take the elevator up to that skyscraper? Probably not, right? So without the foundation, your ads are not gonna do as well. And I'm telling you, I see it time and time again with people. They're not focusing on the right ingredients. So the 12 ad components. So I have this printed out on my workstation at home because even me, when I'm like sitting there writing a script or I'm like writing copy for a landing page or an email or something, I'm like, wait, I feel like I need to look at these ingredients. Like, what am I missing? So this thing's really, really powerful. So the pattern interrupt, that's your scroll stopper, attention grabber. You guys see this online all the time when something catches your attention when you watch a video, right? Somebody could be like waving at the screen. They could have fire wallet or something, or they have like a weird costume on, like the banana costumes that people just had up on stage. A wig, big glasses, things like that. So that's the way that you get people's attention. A lot of times when we're making ads for clients, we actually put like a weird glitch in the beginning where it's just, you could download this off of a stock footage website where it's just like a glitch. Almost like imagine like a VHS tape, like glitchy thing on top of the footage. It's something that people aren't used to seeing, because when they are scrolling on Facebook or Instagram and they just see a person just standing there talking, that's not very exciting. They're not going to stop and watch. But if all of a sudden like the video of that person talking kind of glitches out for a second, just for like half of a second, that gets people's attention. It gets them to stop long enough to listen to the hook, which is the next part, right? So the pattern interrupt is really, really important. Ingredient number 2 is identify the person. You want to call out your customer by name so they know you're speaking directly to them. So I could say like, hey, are you an entrepreneur? Are you an AI marketing agency? Are you a roofing contractor? Or you could say something as simple as like, do you love AI? Right? That's an identifier. So it doesn't actually have to be a specific type of a person or like a stay-at-home mom or whatever, but it could be something that people are interested in. So like, do you guys love AI? Or do you use ChatGPT in your business? Just some sort of an identifier, so that way that person knows that you're speaking directly to them. So what this does, it actually screens people in and it screens people out, because you don't want the wrong people watching your videos and wasting your ad dollars, right? So if you were talking to only, you want to only talk to roofing contractors or real estate people or people who are in medical, if they're not in medical or they're not a real estate person, they're out, right? That's a good thing. So tell them to go away, basically. So number 3 is the hook. The main goal, you guys know what this is, to pique the viewer's curiosity. And it's like creating an itch that they have to scratch. So a good hook will make the viewers stick around and find out until they find out what they came for, and you scratch their itch. So there's 7 different hook types that we use the most. These are the 7 hook types. The free gift that I have for you guys will actually be able to write these for you and give you an explanation of what these are. So don't stress over this slide too much, but it will write one of each of those for you. Or if you wanted to write 10 of each of those for you, go for it, all right? A pro tip on the hook is to highlight the desired outcome and the speed of your offer. So an example could be like, do you want to learn to use AI to generate 1,000 leads for your agency in the next 30 days, right? So the result or the desired outcome and the speed, 1,000 leads, 30 days. So those hooks do super, super well. Another pro tip is to always test multiple hooks. And you can use Google VO now in the last 30 days, which is super, super cool. And an example of that is some ads that we did for a debt relief company. And there's a guy with handcuffs on sitting in front of a burning credit card. And we made that with Google VO.
Do not get a personal loan until you see this.
Right, so that was one that we used with Google VO. The next one is this, where it's a credit card cutting through red Jell-O. It's like the ideas are endless that you could come up with.
Do not get a personal loan until you see this.
Right, and so this is the clip from Google VO. We tried a bunch of different video generators to do this, and none of them came anywhere close to what Google VO could do. It looks like real Jell-O in a real credit card. It's insane. So that's basically an illustration of what you're doing. You have the body of your video, right? The message, all of your ingredients in there, and then you're just switching out the hook. Try new hooks. Because the mistake that people make is that they make a video ad, they run it, and then the ad stops working or the ad doesn't work, so they just go, that ad doesn't work, and then they throw it away. That's a huge mistake, because if you look at that ad that we did with Mario Lopez, that ad did really well for a little while, and then it stopped working. So we revived it by putting another hook in the beginning. And so we'll keep doing that, and keep doing that, and keep doing that. Just put new hooks in the front. And for some reason, that Jell-O one is crushing it. I don't know why. It's just a credit card cutting through Jell-O. Who knew, right? And so reviving a dead ad, that's how you do it. Put a new hook in the beginning. Ingredient number 4 is the pain or desire. So this is a problem that they're struggling with, or a desire is something they want, but they haven't figured out how to get it yet, okay? Let me go back, because I had an example for you. An example of pain or desire could be like, is your sales team eating into your profits. That's the pain. You need smarter AI systems that close deals while you sleep, okay? So that's a good example. Number 5 is the results or promise. So this is where your product, you show them that your product or your service can get them the specific outcome that they want. So an example of that could be, we'll set up a fully automated AI sales team that books at least 100 qualified appointments every single month. So without this, you basically you're giving people, you're not giving them a destination. It's kind of like saying, hey, we're gonna go on a plane and we're gonna go somewhere. People are like, well, where are we going, right? You have to tell them, like, we're getting on a plane and we're gonna go here, we're going to the Bahamas or whatever. People do that inside of their video ads, and the person that is watching the ad, and they're like, that's really cool, like you have, this software that's helping me, do something, but like, what's the end result? People wanna know what is the actual tangible outcome that they're going to get, and you have to talk about that in the video ad, okay? Talking about the exact result is super, super important. Number 6 is your authority and experience. So this positions you as the clear choice because you have the results, credibility, the track record to solve their problem. So it's kind of like me coming out on stage and I talk about some of the people that I've worked with. I don't do that because I like to brag. It's actually awkward for me sometimes to share that stuff for some reason, but I share it because you guys know, okay, cool, this guy's he's done a couple ads and he's gotten some results for some people, so I share my authority and experience, so it gives me credibility. So make sure to include your credibility, your experience. You've sold thousands of widgets, you've helped X amount of people grow their business to 7 figures, or you worked with these people, or whatever it is that's your authority and experience is really important to put in the ad. Number 7 is your new opportunity. This is your unique selling proposition. So what is it about your offer that's different than everyone else? So if you're selling a diet program, I don't know that any of you are, but it's like, you're selling, hey, I'm gonna teach you how to lose weight or whatever, right? So and people watch and they're like, yeah, okay, I've seen this before. It's just like every other person that's selling a weight loss program. You have to differentiate yourself from the other people who are your competitors who are selling the same thing, okay? So it's like, we'll help you lose weight, but you can still eat all the same junk food that you're eating now. It's like, oh, okay, that's kind of interesting, right? So you have to have a unique selling proposition. Another example that I have is a client that helps people. Helps roofing contractors and plumbers and things like that. He helps them get better results on Google. So he helps them with SEO. And instead of going on and saying, yeah, we do SEO, I was just like, no, we have to figure out something that's different. Like, what's unique about you guys? And then we drilled down, and it was like, oh, okay, you actually help people get to the top of Google Maps. I'm like, let's focus the ad on that. And then we did, and the ads were crushing it. So focusing, because people know what Google Maps are. If you're at the top of Google Maps, like, you're doing well, right? So number 8, value perception. So this is where they could seek out an alternative solution to what you're offering, but it will always lead to more time and more money spent. So this example was used yesterday, right? You could spend the next 1 to 2 years and hundreds of thousands of dollars trying to figure out AI yourself, or you could join A3 and have it done in a day, right? Or I don't know how long, 24, 48 hours. But you could spend a lot more time trying to figure out all these AI systems versus just hiring them or jumping into their program and get the result a lot faster. Number 9 is objections. This is, like, in my opinion, one of the most important ingredients on the entire list, where you're addressing people's doubts, fears, or concerns that they have about your offer, and why they think it won't work for them. Every one of you guys, we all do. It's just human nature. We all have objections about every single thing that we buy. So you have to know what your customers' objections are, specific objections about whatever it is that you're trying to sell, and reasons that they're not signing up with you or buying your thing, whatever it is, right? So like if an example is, if you're selling an online course, people will look at your course and they go, okay, well, how long is the course? Are there any downloads? Does it come with templates? Is it expensive? Will it work for my business? Is it gonna work for my particular situation? Or, I've tried this before and it didn't work. What's the end result? So make a list of the objections. Have ChatGPT help you with objections that are common in your industry and know what those are and know how to break them down. Because I'm telling you right now, as soon as you cover those things in the ads, you're subconsciously, you're just giving people what they want to hear. It's just like you're just checking off those unconscious triggers in people's minds, and they're like, okay, and they're just becoming more and more sold as they're watching the video. Number 10 is polarization. This is where you take a common belief or a widely accepted idea, and then you challenge it head on with an alternative solution. So if I got up here and I said, hey, everybody, AI tools are not the future, you guys would be like, what is he talking about? But I back it up and say, well, AI tools are not the future, but systems are, right? If you're not building AI workflows, you're losing money. So another example, Russell Brunson was doing this for years. He was talking about how websites are dead. Funnels are the new way, right? Or like, diets are dead. Instead, we've got this other, strength training, weight training program or whatever. So there's a bunch of different examples. Or copywriters are dead. Use this instead. So polarization is a really cool way to get people's attention because you're challenging a common belief and you're like, hey, use this thing instead. Social proof, we all know what this is. This is your testimonial, right? This is where people are talking about the experience that they had with you. The biggest mistake that I see people make with this is they say something like, if you're selling an online course, they have a testimonial from Susan or something, and it says, oh yeah, I really enjoyed the course, and it was really fun. It's like, what? No, that's not very exciting. It's like, what's the result that you got? I took the course, and I got 10 new clients in the next 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, right? So you want to talk about the results that people are getting from your business. So make sure to focus on the result. And if you don't know what the result is, like drag that out of the person. Be like, hey, I want to use you as a testimonial. What's the result? What's the outcome that I was able to help you achieve? And then the last one is your call to action. This is where you tell your viewer what to do next. I mean, without this, you're basically just, the video ends and people are like, well, they don't know what to do now, so they just leave and you don't bring them in. So the important thing on this is to use urgency and scarcity whenever possible. So you could say like, hey, this ad could disappear tomorrow if you don't have scarcity and urgency. Or you could say, click the link below. We only have so many spots. Or, click the link below. This, we can only take on 10 new clients a month or whatever it is, right? Just have some sort of scarcity and urgency to make sure that people click the link now and not do it later. Like while you have their attention now, you want them to click the link right now. So put in urgency and scarcity when possible. So this right here is just a really simple video ad of a guy, and he's holding his cell phone, selfie style, and he records this ad. There's no editing or anything. We didn't do this ad, but it's just a really good example. And you'll see on the left-hand side, as he's going through the different ingredients, you'll hear him talking about the ingredients as they happen.
Hey, if you are selling products or services online and you are struggling to run your own ads, have me and my 7-figure advertising team run your ads for you. We've been able to start and scale over 25 businesses and brands this year with social media ads and a proven system. And if you would like this same system implemented into your business so you can start seeing results, then go ahead and click the button below and schedule a call with us, and we'll chat with you soon and we'll make it happen.
How many of you guys think you could just go to your room right now and make an ad like that? It's super simple, right? And that ad's crushing it for that guy. So he had a script, wrote a script, or he just memorized it. You could write a script, put it on a teleprompter app, which they have in the App Store on your phone, and hold your phone out and record an ad. I mean, that thing was like 30 seconds or less, and start running traffic and give it a shot. All right. So all that being said, with the 12 ad components, they basically tap into the subconscious mind by either overcoming objections or creating relatability. If you look at any one of those 12 ad components on that list, they're either overcoming an objection or creating relatability. Like pain points those are relatability, right? Talking about the results that you're able to help people get, that's relatability. Sometimes it's objections. So that's basically what those 12 ingredients are doing. So the part number 2 is the ad types. I'm gonna go through this really, really fast, but again, using the custom GPT, you guys can really drill down into this stuff and ask it what each of the ad types means. But these are a culmination of ad types that we have come up with over the years that are basically just different combinations of those 12 ingredients. So Some ad types might have 6 ingredients. Some of them might have 8 ingredients. It's just different combinations of those ingredients to make up the ad types. So if you think of it like cars, vehicles, the vehicle is the ad type, right? Before the 12 ad components, those were the parts of the engine. So now we're talking about the cars, the vehicle. So these are the 8 ad types. Take a picture of this. And starting at the top, the integrator, that's pretty much just using most of or all 12 of the ad components. Number 2 is the objector, where you are, I'll pull out my pointer here. The objector, where you are overcoming people's objections. So you're talking about the objection that they have, and then you back it up with proof. Demonstrate is where you demonstrate your product or service in action. If you have a software or if you have a book, you're actually showing people what the software looks like, what the book looks like, showing people how your service works, so you're demonstrating that. The recommender is basically a video that has back-to-back-to-back testimonials. The educator is where you educate people inside of the video ad. You give them something very knowledgeable, or some really good education. You educate them on something. It's kind of like the law of reciprocity, where you teach people something and then they want to give something back. So you're giving them some really, really valuable information, and then you have a CTA at the end. The polarizer is just all about polarization, where you say something polarizing, and then you talk about your alternative solution. The differentiator is basically your USP. It's just an ad that's all about your USP, like what makes you different than everyone else. And then number 8 is the unboxer. This is more for physical products and things, but these ads crush. When you have a physical product and you unbox it, you have a selfie cam or a point of view cam facing down, and you unbox the product and you talk about all the benefits that it has. So again, like I said, I have to jam through these because I don't want to take up too much time, but those are the 8 ad types, and they're really, really powerful. And those are the things that we stick to. Whenever we're creating an ad for a client, we'll look at these, we'll look at their business. Okay, all right, well, we should probably, based on your offer, you're trying to teach people tax lien investing, that's one of our clients. Yeah, we should probably do an objector ad for that because people have a lot of objections. There's a lot of fake gurus out there. Let's do that one, right? So we'll sit down, we'll write a script for it. So we're always focusing on the 8 ad types. All right, so did you guys get all that? Kind of, maybe. It's like your brain just went through a blender. It's a lot, I know. So, you guys ready for your free gift? Yes. All right. Oh, isn't that beautiful? I even got the neon sign on the back there, All right, so ad scripting. So this is called Ad Scripts. This is my AI script generator. And for a successful ad script, you basically just need 2 things. You need info about your avatar, which is your customer. You need to know everything about them, and you need info about your offer. There's 6 questions about your avatar that custom GPT will walk you through all these questions so you know. And then there's info about your offer, 6 questions about that. So 12 questions total. Once you have 12 questions answered about your avatar and your offer, you unlock the universe. It's like you have everything that you need in order to start generating some really cool scripts, okay? So there it is. Take a picture of that. I would take a picture of it first and then scan it later so that way you remember the link. Take a picture of that because that gpt.kevinanson.com will take you to the landing page where you can just enter your name and email and get that thing. I'll leave that up for a couple more seconds, but this thing is, it's not just for video ads. If some of you are sitting there going, I don't really plan on making any video ads anytime soon, you can use this thing to help you write copy for your landing page or your emails or even your video sales letters for your website. There's a myriad of different use cases for this GPT, and it'll help you with that. So instead of fumbling through tech stuff here and showing you guys on my laptop, I made you a quick little 2-minute video that walks you through how this GPT works. Take it away, Kevin.
Thanks, Kevin. All right, so this is the Ad Scripts Custom GPT. When you first open it up, you're gonna be faced with these 4 options right here. So if you wanna know what are the 8 ad types, you can click right here and it'll give you a description of those, or the 12 ad components, or if you want 10 scroll stopper ideas. We're just gonna click on Write Me a Video Ad Script. Then it's gonna ask you what type of video ad script you wanna make, so we're just gonna select the integrator framework. We'll just type that in and hit enter. Now, this is where it wants to gather information about your avatar and your offer. So you can answer 12 questions about the avatar and the offer in this chat, or you can fill out a Google Doc and upload it into the chat. So I recommend doing it that way. That way you have the Google Doc for future use. So we're just gonna hit B and hit enter. So here's the Google Doc right here. We can click on this link and open it up. Now all you have to do is go to File, Make Copy, so you can make your own copy of this and you can go through and answer all 12 of these questions. Now if you want to go ahead and fill out all 12 of the questions and then upload it into the chat, that's great, but I'm going to show you an even faster way. We're going to type in research this website and fill out the questions for me. And I'm going to paste in a link to the AI Business Live Orlando event. Now it's scraped all of the information off of the AI for Business Live website, and we have all of the answers to all 12 of the questions. Then it's gonna ask you, would you like me to improve these answers using AI research? So I'm gonna say yes, I'm just gonna type A. Now we have this nice, long, thorough document with all the possible information that we would ever need to know about this event. Now it's just asking, would you like to submit these answers for your ad script? We're gonna hit yes. There we go. Now we have our completed script. It has 7 different hook types based on my formulas. So we have the bold claim, the question, the strong statement, factor, statistic, differentiator, results, polarization. You know, most entrepreneurs will miss the biggest wealth shift in history. Don't be one of them. That is pretty good. So then it's identifying them. Are you an entrepreneur, coach, or business owner who feels behind when it comes to AI? You've tried tutorials, newsletters, even bought a few tools, but you still don't have a real AI strategy that works for your business. That script is looking amazing. Definitely take this thing for a spin. Back to you, Kevin.
So you guys excited for that? Cool, and you know, again, like use it for other stuff, you know, emails, landing pages, things like that. It's really, really powerful. And if you wanted to teach you what each of the ad ingredients means, you can do that. You're like, I don't understand this component. Can you tell me a little bit more about this? I don't understand this ad type. Or, hey, can you write me 10 different pattern interrupt ideas? I mean, it gives you some really cool ideas. I've typed it in for real estate before, and I said, hey, like, what can I do for pattern interrupts for real estate? And it was just like, oh, you can go on Amazon and you can get a for sale, like a flipping for sale sign. You could stand out and do an ad like that. I was like, oh, that's a pretty good idea. So the ideas that it comes up with are really, really impressive. So you're like, all right, I have my script. Now what, Kevin? What am I supposed to do with this script, right? So this is where you are creating your video ad. You have the script. Now you need to create the narrative and the visuals. Now there is a third one here, which is sound design, but we're not gonna get into that because we'd be here for the next like 6 hours, but you know, that's like music and sound effects and all the cool stuff like in that Dean Graziosi ad I showed you guys earlier. We're just gonna focus on the narrative and the visuals because that's really all you need to get started. So number 1 is the narrative, right? So this is basically the spoken word in your video when somebody's speaking. So it could either be a talking head or it could be a voiceover. So person on camera speaking, my face, or a voiceover. There's really the only 2 options that you can have for a narrative. So for our talking head videos where a person's showing up on camera, you record yourself, pull out your smartphone, record a video like that ad I showed you earlier, where really simple ad with that kid. Oh, hold on, just backed up. Or you hire an actor, right, on Fiverr or Upwork or Billo or TikTok Creator Marketplace. You send them your script and they send you back a video. You're like, all right, cool, I got an ad, let's go. Or you can use AI. You could use VO or HeyGen or Arc Ads or Synthesia is another one it's okay. But VO, it's definitely the winner right now. They're killing it. So now that you understand the psychological principles, you are armed with so much more going into using Google VO. If you did want to create a spokesperson with that, now you can write a proper script in order to actually speak the language that your people want to hear when you're putting a video ad out there, okay? You'll do a much better job of getting people's attention as opposed to just guessing and being like, I don't know, this would be funny if he said this. You know, let's make like a Yeti guy and make him say something funny. It's like, okay, you know, you stick to the principles, right? So for voiceover videos, this is where you could just hire a voiceover professional on voices.com or Speedy Spots or Fiverr or Upwork, or you can use AI. 11 Labs is my favorite tool to use up until this day. I use it all the time. You can make voiceovers. I'm sure a lot of you have heard of it. It is really, really powerful software. Type in your script and it will spit out an AI voiceover that sounds probably 99% human. It sounds really, really good. And then Fish.audio is another one that just came out, and they do a really good job of creating AI voiceovers as well. So as far as the visuals go, you could just record your footage, or you could use stock footage, or you could use AI. Okay, so let's break down each one of these really fast. For recording footage, you can record your own footage with your smartphone, or you could hire a videographer to shoot the footage for you, okay? So we're talking about, you have your narrative underneath, right? And then you have your visuals on top. So you're speaking in the video, and then you have your visuals on top. I gotta speed it up. So you got stock footage, right? Storyblocks, Envato, ArtGrid, and Pond5. So I use Storyblocks the most. That's my favorite stock footage. And then here's your solutions for using AI to create videos. Google Video at the top for a good reason. All right, so I'm gonna speed through this. Let's wrap it up. Exactly what they're telling me to do back there right now. All right, I had a little hiccup in there, so I was kind of, So we got, basically the first 10 to 20 seconds of your video is the most important. This is where you wanna talk about the exact outcome that people will get when they are, signing up for whatever it is that you're trying to sell them, okay? So it's like, an example, do you own an AI marketing agency and you wanna book 10 quality sales calls a month, right? Like you're identifying the person, you're talking about the income, the outcome that they can expect right there in the beginning of the ad. This is the most important part of the ad, okay? And then sell the transformation, not the journey. So you just wanna, don't tell people about, if you sign up for my agency, we're gonna, we have to have like a 25 question onboarding form, and then we're gonna take you through this process, then we're gonna have a couple of calls, and we're gonna get you acclimated or whatever. Like, sell the transformation, not the journey. Talk about the actual transformation. We're gonna get you, 10 leads a month. We're gonna get you this exact outcome that they want. Focus on the transformation, not the journey. And then in summary, learn the psychological components, research, write your scripts, and create your content. So this entire presentation is pretty much Inception in a way, because I use all 12 ad components in my presentation. So if you think about it, this is kind of like one big video ad that I've been giving you guys up here. So make sure to get in touch, Kevin@kevinanson.com, and that's it. Thank you guys.
That's a wrap for this episode of the AI for Business podcast. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to hit subscribe and pass it along to a friend or colleague. We appreciate you being here, and we'll catch you in the next one.